Welcome and good evening. Thanks for being here. Right off the bat, we're going to do something that's not on your program. Alex Scott, who plays the lead alto, raise your hand again, Alex. Alex wrote a tune while he was here, and we read it just the other day. It's entitled Boone Blues, and he wrote it. Yeah, go ahead. Tonight we're playing the short version. We're going to have two soloists. But Alex wrote the tune for those in the band who do not have an opportunity to solo in the selections that I've chosen. So I thought that was quite remarkable of him. So he wrote this tune entitled Boone Blues. Alex is also the winner of the Jazz Ensemble Award, the official winner, and he knows what that means, and many of you do too. So here now is Boone Blues, Alex Scott. So that's Alex Scott. That is Alex Scott and Boone Blues. Okay, so I'm going to do some housekeeping here before we get going. I'm going to make the announcements now so we can get on to the music. I hope you don't mind. I would like to thank, first and foremost, the camp administration for all their organization for all these 157 years. Also, the counselors. We could not do it without you. And Adam Callistad is one of our counselors who's working with this group. Thank you so much, Adam. He's going to be featured on our last tune. Also, thank you to the parents and neighbors and friends and everybody who made it possible for these students to come here for the last 3 weeks. Thank you so much. Also, thank you to the students who have been here these few short weeks, and they let me yell at them every day. And I'm kidding, I don't yell too much, but thanks. And they're going to take a lot of this knowledge home with them to their own high schools. So thank you to these students. Let's give them another round of applause. Thank you. And also thank you to the tech crew. That's Zach and Jacob and JoJo for making everybody sound so beautiful this evening. Thank you so much. Give them a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now we're going to get started with our first selection. This one is entitled Harlem Air Shaft. It's by the great Duke Ellington. It was recorded in 1940, the first time around. And they finally settled on the title Harlem Air Shaft, but that was the third title. The first title was Once Over Lightly, and the second title was A Rumpus in Richmond. So it features Isaiah Stinger Strickland on the trombone and Kayla Fricks on the trumpet. Here now is Harlem Air Shaft from 1940. I'll do that later. I'll mention that later. Here we go. So that was Patrick Schoaf on the clarinet. So this next one is entitled Impressions, written by the late, great John Coltrane, who was born in Hamlet, North Carolina, and grew up in High Point, made his way on to Philadelphia, and then into the Navy Band, and then on to stardom. If you go anywhere around the world, and I'm serious, been saying anywhere around the world, anywhere on the globe, and talk to anybody who's knowledgeable of jazz and ask them 3 of the top saxophonists in the world, John Coltrane's names will be number 1 or number 2. So we're going to play his tune now entitled Impressions. It was first played in 1961 at the Village Vanguard at 7th Avenue South in New York City. Okay, this is the Mark Taylor version, and it features Lucas Stern, it features again Isaiah Stinger Strickland, and it features Dale Clemens and Harlan Davis. Here now is Impressions.
So that first 4 bars of the ending, the first 4 bars of the coda is hidden.
So next is one entitled Pleasingly Plump by the late, great Quincy Jones. Some of you may have heard of him. If you've not heard of Quincy Jones, you may have heard of Michael Jackson. He produced Thriller and some of Michael Jackson's later works, but Quincy Jones actually started as a jazz trumpet player, and he played in the band of Lionel Hampton. Actually, he tried to play in the band when he was 15 years of age. He snuck on the bus, and Lionel's wife said, "How old are you?" And he said, 15. She said, "Get off this bus." So, true story. At any rate, he wrote Pleasingly Plump in 1960 for an album entitled I Dig Dancers. See, this jazz thing is all about dancing. It was all about dancing in the beginning, all about dancing. I Dig Dancers. It was recorded twice, the first time in Paris, and the second part of the project was recorded in New York City. And this tune, Pleasingly Plump, was recorded in New York City, and it features Kayla Fricks. Quincy Jones died. By the way, Quincy said he would live forever, but he made it to 91. He died on November 3rd of last year. Here we go with Pleasingly Plump. This is the local chart. This can't be love. Okay. Oh, there she is. Ladies and gentlemen, Nina Natsvaladze. You're going to take this one in just a second. So Nina's family's in the house? Okay. Hello. This tune was recorded by Natalie Cole in 1991 in memory of her father, Nat King Cole. Anybody heard of Nat? Lie to me and say you have. Nat King Cole. If you've not heard of Nat King Cole, I'm serious. If you've not heard of Nat King Cole, go to that thing the young people call YouTube and check out Nat King Cole, because he put Capitol Records on the map. Nat King Cole did that. But his daughter followed in his footsteps, Natalie Cole, and this is her version of This Can't Be Love. One, two, three.
This can't be love because I feel so well. No sound, no sorrows, no sighs. This can't be love. I get no dizzy spells. My head is not in the skies. My heart does not stand still, just hear it beat. This is too sweet to be in love. This can't be love because I feel so well, but still I love the look in your eyes. Oh yeah. My heart does not stand still, just hear it beat. This is too sweet to be in love. This can't be love because I feel so well, but still I love the look in your eyes. But still I love the look in your eyes. That was a tough one. Can I get a redo?
Okay. What's that? yes. James, Alexander, and Silas. At 87. Okay, here we go. 2-2. Okay, so this next tune is entitled 2-2. It was written by Marcus Miller, who worked a lot with Miles Davis. Do we know who Miles Davis was? He worked with Miles Davis during the end of Miles Davis's career. Marcus actually wrote this tune for Desmond Tutu, the Archbishop of South Africa. Desmond Tutu, for his work and the apartheid dilemma that went on for so many years. At any rate, Marcus's grandfather was also a bishop in the church. So this one is entitled 2-2, written for Miles Davis, and it features Kayla Fricks. It features Alex Scott, Silas Foreman. It features Alexander Clark and also James Bostrom. 2-2. We have one more for you before the Wind Ensemble. This one is entitled Burke's Works by Dizzy Gillespie. This is a Michael Mossman version. I will not take time to introduce the solos, but I will tell you they are members of the band, the soloist. Thank you so much. And about another round of applause for this band. Yeah. And this one, as I mentioned earlier, this one features our counselor, Adam Kallestad, along with Patrick Schoaf.